And that's the QQ music, which means it's time once again for Lemo Happy Hour, and we're here around the table to hear what Lemo has to say. Lemo? Lemon? Lemon babe? What do you have to say? Oh, stupid human being. Get the hell out of here. Leave me alone. Let me relax, for God's sake. Okay, Lemon. Lemon wants to be alone, and we're actually going to talk about some issues. What are the issues? First of all, let's talk about the black host. Well, we do have to share our personal experience. The bullies that we are experiencing in school, in the streets, in the neighborhood, in the communities that we live in. That is the hardest thing, you know. And the greatest step for you is just to speak it out. Because when you're just remembering those things and you're like going into deep thoughts and imaginations, and that's really hurting you a lot, you cannot concentrate. For example, when I was working, I was just remembering whatever happened to me, and I just finally began writing about it. And it's actually in my diary. But then I wanted to write it for people to read, and just as a source of information of how people just go through. I believe there are tons of people who are getting bullied in schools and communities and other areas. And who can stop bullies are exactly the parents. The parents play an important role in stopping the bullies. Your child shouldn't go to school alone. Who knows what's happening to that child? What kind of difficulties that child is going through? For example, I was being followed, you know, as I said before, by some people riding a motorcycle. And they would offer me money and some cookies and snacks. What I would do would just put my head down and walk my direction straight to home without listening to them, without talking to them. They really try to get me to talk to them. And then they just kind of begin to threaten me. And it was kind of growing, you know. Those threats were growing, and I had to speak it out to someone. But thankfully, we were kind of like moving out of that area, that specific neighborhood, to another. You know, we were just like renting houses. We weren't staying in one neighborhood for more than a year. That was a good thing. And it's not actually the childhood, it's even the adulthood. Like right now, I'm in my 20s, and I was followed by same people, you know, riding cars. And I don't know what they really wanted. Until today, I don't know what they wanted. They would just follow me everywhere. Their intention, I don't know. It really is upsetting you. You know, even in school, military school, as I said, a student would walk out of the classroom in front of you and say, "Oh, I'm masturbating because I'm too horny." So now imagine, and then they would just hit on you and ask you personal questions, and if you could hang out with them. And then it kind of just became so awful that you had to do something about it. I did. I try to make him stop. And I found out that the best way is just to speak it out to your trusted adults or colleagues. It really is upsetting. I wish parents take care of their kids. Parents are actually really playing a very important role in a child's growth and education. If you have your parent backing you, you're not going to feel miserable, helpless, and terrible about those things happening to you. Please, never your child. Never let your child walk alone.